What up, you guys, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Justin. I usually have my little man Gotham, little long-haired Chiweenie, and we usually live in this car about part time of the year. This is our channel, the Wild EXP. So stick around. Today we have a DIY of this actual hood mount solar panel that I put on here. So stick around, continue to watch, and we'll see how it goes, because it did really good, because you just saw it. Today I'm going to try and put this panel onto those struts, and then I'm going to try and mount it onto the hood of my car so I can have it right there 24/7. Eventually I'll put a cover on it, but we're going to try and DIY this onto the hood of my car and hope that it works. But if you try this as well, just remember, I ain't no professional. You do it at your own risk. But today we're going to try and see how it goes. I got these mounts over here that I got to put on. I got to get them together, so let's check them out real quick. These are the mounts. Gotta finish putting them together. So it swivels up and down, that you saw earlier, and this swivels side to side. But we gotta lock it in eventually when it's on the car. So now we're going to install it underneath the hood. Alright, for the installation, you want to make sure this piece right here is all the way down, because that's what goes into the hood channel, and then you screw these up. So let's take a look at that. Let's check it out. There's one, there's two, three, four. Drilled these ones out. Now I gotta drill this one and that one over there, and then we should be cutting up the strut in half. It's a 10-foot. We're gonna cut it 5 and 5, and then it's gonna lay right across. We're gonna drill some holes into this, plop it right on top. So let's do that. We're just gonna drill it. Alright, now that we're done with the mounts, let's get on to the struts. So this is a 10-foot strut. We're going to cut it 5 by 5. So let's go get our tools for that. We need this. The spacing is going to change once the thing gets put onto there. This is pretty much the idea. And then the solar panel will lay right on top, bolted in. Check it. Okay. Bolt and nut go through with the washer and a locker. Nice and tight. I think the next thing I gotta do is I gotta paint these black. That's what I want to do. So let's do that. Let's get the spray paint out and get it done. We just wait till it dries a little bit, and then we scoot it down, spray some more. I actually think this is going to be a very easy DIY, but I mean, just installing it and putting it all together is pretty easy. Just got to drill a couple more holes in the thing itself to clamp it down to the struts. I'm talking about the solar panel itself. After it gets mounted on, I then got to run it through my firewall, and I have to cut the wire and extend it a couple more feet with some 14 gauge wire. And then it'll hopefully reach, it will reach the battery. So when I'm driving or set up in camp somewhere with the sun out, it can charge itself. But if I'm on the road traveling, I can plug it in through the car and then cover up it with some, I think I'm gonna get a little mat on top just so nothing can damage the solar panel, and then put a cover. So a little material, 1/4 inch or so, some rubber, and then a cover that'll go over it. And that should be sufficient enough. Alright, I think that's enough time for that. We're gonna put it across the hood now, so we'll just keep making moves, you know? By the time we get done, it's gonna look good. The thing is, with this, I don't know. I'm hoping it's all good, you know? I'll just have to figure out how to actually tighten all this stuff down. The next hardest thing to do is going to drill the holes in the solar panel. Maybe also tightening these bolts. This is what it's kind of going to look like. But I'm going to try and move this up forward more so it's in line with this, so I can drill straight into here underneath. But that's the gist of it. Looks pretty cool. But I'm hoping that not a lot of air goes up into there. I just gotta do the spacing a little bit better and we should be rolling. I opened my big mouth and said everything was gonna be pretty simple and easy. Well, joke's on me, it's not. Alright, so what I had to do is I had to take the bars off and the solar panel. I had to take the mounting brackets halfway off. I'm going to insert them into this first, which first thing is I'm flipping this now to go to the other side. So this flat side that doesn't have the top is going onto the solar panel. And then this side is going to have the mounting brackets in between it. But the first side looks good. We just got to get the second side in now. So let me show you the first side. This is the first side, looking all snazzy. And then we got the second side ready to go. I gotta drill my holes here and here, and then the bolt through, which I did bolt washer, and I did a washer on top and a lock washer and bolt. So hopefully that'll hold this down to here, and then we'll have to do the end spot right there, and then it'll go right on top there. So let's get this second part done, see if we can get it mounted up pretty easily. All right, we got everything mounted up and put on, drilled and all that. Took me quite a long time because I kept forgetting bolts and washers and all that, but it's all together now, ready to get put onto the hood. So let's do that next step. All right, we have success. The wire, you can see it goes from over there, way over there, to under here. There it is back there. Comes underneath. All the way down here to that firewall. All the way from up there. Connects to the other piece. It's going to come through here. All the way back to back there. But right now, we got power. It's charging. So, like I said, I ain't no professional. This DIY was amateurly done. But from what you can see from the results, 100% A-OK. It works. So, if you had a good time, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya. What up, you guys? Bonus footage if you made it this far. Check this out. We're doing highway speeds of about 70 to 80 miles an hour. But look at this baby. She's purring. Those mounts and everything. She is doing great. But thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for another video. If you can't tell in the back over here, if you've been with me for a while, you'll notice that it's a little bit different now. I chopped and screwed it back together, so I got a video coming about how I did that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. See you in the next one. Peace out.